Good afternoon, everybody. I'm your host, Lucas Graham. Got a special edition interview for you today on the Floyd Main Street podcast. Joining us today is Mr. Darren Marshall. He's a write-in candidate for the Indian Valley District Board of Supervisors. He's going to be joining us today, answering some few questions that we have for him, as well as some listener-submitted questions that you guys sent in. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Darren, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, you?
Yeah, doing good. I appreciate you coming on to the podcast. We've had the current Indian Valley position, Miss Bechtold, here and interviewed her, and now we've got you on here. The last one seemed like it was a really big success. We got a lot of good feedback from that interview, so we're excited to bring you on here and let you tell people about your platform, kind of what you're holding on to and what you believe in, so that way our viewers and listeners can have a good informed decision when they go to the polls.
Sounds good. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. We'll just start out real simple. Tell our listeners who you are, your background, and why you chose to run for Board of Supervisors.
Like you said, I'm Darren Marshall. I'm running as a write-in candidate for Indian Valley. I've lived in Indian Valley the majority of my life. I own Marshall's Auto Sales and Service. We've been open since 2004. I care a lot for Indian Valley. The reason I'm running is I think we need to make sure we've got a good person to represent the community.
What do you think your vision is for Indian Valley? You just said it yourself. You've got ties. You're local. You're native of Floyd. So when it comes to Indian Valley specifically, since that's the district that you're running for, what's your vision for that should you win this election?
I want to see Indian Valley stay pretty much the same rural, tight-knit community we are now. I'd like to see a few improvements on infrastructure, but I'd like to see us stay the way we always have been.
You know, one thing that we've gotten a ton of feedback on is the EMS situation in the county and specifically the valley, because there's some staffing issues, a lot of other aspects of it, but people are concerned that there are response times that are a little delayed should they have to call for an ambulance in Indian Valley. How do you think that the county can attract more candidates for these vacant EMS positions so that places like Indian Valley can be staffed adequately? Because it seems like staffing's the biggest problem right now.
Yeah, I agree with the concern. Everybody should be concerned. I mean, in the last few calls, if you look at the numbers, they've been real slow.
Yeah.
As far as EMS, I wish we had more volunteers and state mandates on the drug boxes and stuff. Ain't really kind of shut the volunteer side down, but
yeah,
it seems like the EMTs in Floyd are sitting pretty well average pay with everybody else surrounding areas. Let's show that's something I don't.
No, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Seems like it's all about the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I have noticed a few surrounding places are giving sign-on bonuses that Floyd's not.
Okay.
Would probably help.
Any way that you can get retention and get people in.
Exactly, or get more local people involved. If we could get the school to do something like a EMT basic program starting in high school.
Because you said investing in your community.
Exactly.
Because if it's people that are local and they have a vested interest in the county, then they're going to want to serve. If they feel called to serve in that role, then they're going to want to do it in their hometown. So why not recruit them?
And we've got people that's already here and not hiring outside the county trying to find residency. And
right.
You know, obviously we have a housing shortage.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you see while we're talking about EMS, some things that you would want to potentially change or maybe address regarding EMS and the whole situation with that?
Just really the staffing issue.
Yeah.
I mean, their call volume has rose significantly in the last few years.
Yeah.
Of course, residency in the counties rose.
And we want to see that, whatever it takes to get those people in. You have to be competitive. It ain't just about pay.
Exactly.
You got benefits and other things that people look for. And so we got to do what we can to make it an attractive position. Another question, another hot topic, I should say, the green box situation here in the county, or lack thereof, I should say. What are your thoughts on this whole situation with the green boxes? And what do you think the best path forward is? And there's been a lot of discussion about that. Buying this site in Willis, it's going to be $1.2 million for a grade. And the county, I think, at the board meeting explored reaching out to Tennessee, maybe Sevier County, seeing how they handle bear problems. But what do you think the best path forward? How do we fix this issue?
You know, I'm fortunate enough. We've got a really nice green box site in Indian Valley right there at Max Mountain, and I'm within a half a mile of it. So,
right.
But the bears are a huge issue. I know the idea of bear-proof boxes has been kicked around. The last board meeting I went to at the county, they were talking about getting trash compactors for different sites. But I don't want to see us lose green box sites. I'd really like to see them add a few more.
Yeah.
Convenient sites are nice, but it's nice to be able to just go throw my trash out when I have time, not to try to do it during business hours.
I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what Sevier County and the city of Gatlinburg and places, but we have a lot of people from this area that do vacation out there. So if you ever stayed in a cabin out there, you know that I guess the cages, they're locked and the trash cans sit in those cages. They're bound to be bear proof because they're everywhere, and I don't see trash everywhere out there in Tennessee. So whatever it takes.
It's simple cage around that. But I think they do trash pickup. I know the city part of Gatlinburg.
The city part does.
With the cans, or they used to.
Whatever it takes. But it's hard because there's people, especially out in the valley, that probably is a little bit, I don't know the official demographics, but there's probably an older demographic in Indian Valley as to other parts of the county, which also could mean a limited mobility. And if you live out in the valley, it's a little further out there. Something as simple as coming to town to the transfer station to take your trash, it's not really feasible.
Exactly.
I mean, that's an hour and a half trip.
And right now we're sitting with the one site on Max Mountain.
Yeah.
And then we've got, I believe it's 2 at the end of White Rock on Indian Valley Road. And that's all Indian Valley's got close. So all your people down in the Deepwater end and Horse Ridge backside of Max Mountain. I mean, we got a pretty good little distance to travel to Max Mountain. So we need to get to ones back at Vaughn's Mill, and it'd be nice to find other sites.
Well, I got some listener-submitted questions. We'd ask our listeners if they had any questions for you to submit them in. And I got a few here I thought were really good that kind of vary a little bit from topic to topic. But one here, listener asks, what would be your view on hiring I'm just going to read this word for word how they worded it.
Go ahead.
It says, what are your views on hiring a certified public accountant to assist with budgeting and payroll issues within the county?
Personally, the county's like a business, and no business can function without a certified accountant running their books.
You're saying you would be in favor of getting a CPA for the county to handle payroll.
So I'd like to do a little more research in it, but I really feel like I would.
Okay. The next one here, what are your thoughts on potentially building condos or apartment-type residencies in Floyd and the infrastructure issues that could create, especially regarding water? That's something that Ms. Bechtold has brought up in the past. That's a major logistical issue with the water. So this listeners want to know, okay, if somebody wants to come in and put an apartment complex or some condos, how do you feel about that?
I don't think we need it. I don't think we could handle it. The PSA, I'm pretty sure, definitely couldn't handle it. I think they're maxed out on their ability to get loans now, from what I understand budget-wise, and they're having trouble, getting rid of waste, putting fresh water out. I don't see the county handling it. I mean, you've got studies from Virginia Tech showing, we've got water problems already.
Right.
We're unique with the fact that all water goes out, none comes in.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize that. I knew that, but until we had that interview with Ms. Bechtold, I didn't understand the magnitude of it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something you don't really think about it.
If you got running water at the house, you don't really think about it.
There's been a lot of wells dry up in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Neighbors come in, drill a well, and 2 neighbors down the road lose it.
That's a big problem. And a valid one for people that are concerned with that are going to come in and potentially, they've built a house there, they own property, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in and builds a house close to you and it dries your well up.
Exactly. Or you come in and buy a piece of property and you end up drilling 3 dry wells before you hit a
Before you
good
hit
one.
something. Yeah.
And you're paying for each one. I mean, you're going to have a lot of cash right there in that. So.
Yeah. This is a broad question, but I think it's a good question. It lets you expand on it however you so choose. But what are your thoughts on the phrase, keep Floyd rural?
I like it. I think we should adopt it, make it the official county slogan. One of the things that's really the big appeal for this county is our rural atmosphere, our small town.
Yeah.
And if we come in and start building it up, why would anybody want to be here?
There's people that come in for like the Floyd Jamboree and tourism, buy our gas and certain things in town, businesses. But there's got to be a balance, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
if you promote the heck out of it and it grows too much, then you lose that small town magic.
And I don't want to see our town turn into something like Asheville, North Carolina, which used to have that small town. Now it's just packed. Or the rural part of our county end up looking like Briner.
Yeah.
I mean,
booming.
Just stacks and stacks of subdivisions. That's not something I want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. The green boxes on top of the EMS, it seems like that's the really big things that are facing people right now.
I agree with you.
And it's a valid concern. If you got loved ones or you live out in the valley yourself and you think, okay, if I have a medical emergency, should I expect a truck here in 5 minutes or 45 to 50?
I've got a lot of older family members. I mean, we're less than half a mile from the Station 4 rescue.
Right.
But sometimes someone there, sometimes there's not.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to put you on the spot. I got one more question for you. It's something that I think that we forgot about here. We've gotten a lot of talk about the road situation, right? A lot of those board meetings, Firehouse was the one that sticks in my mind that was such a big deal to the citizens, but roads. And some people point the finger at VDOT. Some people point the finger at the Board of Supervisors. What do you think about the situation with that, where we stand with roads in the valley?
I think they're horrible. I mean, really.
Yeah.
They've came in and passed a few spots. It's not going to last. First snow we get this year, they're going to push half of it back out, and it's going to be back to the way it was. I'm not sure to blame VDOT or the Board of Supervisors also.
Yeah.
I think it's something that if everybody worked together could probably resolve.
Got to have that working relationship with VDOT.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the board has to be able to communicate with them the needs, and VDOT's got to be able to take that back to the people they need to take it back to.
Exactly. And I'm sure VDOT's getting fed up with all the citizens calling every day over and over complaining about a pothole here and there. But
yeah.
And it's not just Indian Valley. The whole county's getting in the way.
Yeah.
Secondary roads.
We got to get that going. But that's definitely certainly hot button topic too with the road situation.
Roads, rescue, and the green boxes. Those are the three bigs.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on and talking to us about that, because people deserve to hear from the people that they're potentially voting for.
I appreciate y'all having me on. If anybody's got any questions, they're always welcome to reach out to me.
Well, with that being said, if somebody does have some concerns or wants to dive into this deeper, because we didn't dive into it super deep today, but if somebody did have further questions, what's a good way to reach out to you?
My cell phone's 540-392-0547.
392-0547?
That's it.
And you have a Facebook page?
I do.
Campaign page?
It's Darren Marshall, Supervisor of Indian Valley.
Okay. Search on there. I can send you a message if they want to do it on Facebook, I'm assuming.
Yep, no problem.
Good deal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Darren Marshall, candidate for Indian Valley Board of Supervisors District. If you have any further questions for him, feel free to send them in to him. Give him a call. I can promise you he's readily available to help and answer any questions you might have and earn your vote. But, Darren, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, thank y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Marshall.
Stories unfold in the heart of Appalachia, treasures untold.